New.
What's happening? What's going on business-wise?
Okay, all right. So, the show right now is on hiatus. So, I'm taking care of all my personal stuff. And, hanging out with my daughter. Matter of fact, she's in Trinidad right now. So.
Oh, wow. Wow.
My baby has more stamps in her passport than I do.
There you go. That's nice.
Doing my interior design. My book is almost finished.
Okay,
yes,
what's your book about?
It's about my life from childhood to present day.
Okay. Tell me about your life from childhood to present day. Where were you born and raised?
We ain't got enough time for that.
Yeah, we do. We got plenty of time. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Virginia.
Okay.
And I grew up between Atlanta and California, back and forth.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like going back and forth from Atlanta to California?
I never really liked Cali like that. I'm just now in my adult years enjoying California. When I was a child, it was horrible.
Really? What was horrible about it?
Just, I was brought there because of my mother in Scientology.
Okay.
So
was the big Scientology headquarters based in California?
Yes.
Okay. So your mother's a Scientologist?
Was.
She
passed away.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Because, Leah...
Remini.
Yeah, Remini from The King of Queens. She just did a big documentary expose on Scientology. What was your experience like with the Scientologist church?
It wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. I lived there for 5 years. And then at 13, they said I was a freeloader, so they kicked me out.
How do you get kicked out? What does that mean?
That means pack your things and get out. Go.
Like really go?
Literally.
Where did you go at 13?
There was a family friend, and I called him up, and I went over their house for the weekend. And then after that, I had to go back down to the building because that's where I was going to school.
Okay.
And I just kind of, spent the night with different kids every night for the rest of that school year. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
And then left at 14?
At 14, yeah, it's all in the book. So I can't give you too much.
Okay. Okay, but that's tough, right? Did your mom stay with the Church of Scientology?
She did.
It just let you go?
Yeah.
At that young of an age?
Well, let's she sold everything we had to join this organization, and where was she going? She had nothing. Right. Had nothing.
Right. So did you see Leah Remini's documentary on Scientology? Does that ring true for you in your experiences?
Absolutely.
I would say that everyone should absolutely see that. And I know, it's hard for me to talk about it because my good friend Dougie Fresh has been a Scientologist for a long time.
Yeah, him and I got into an argument years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We did.
About Scientology?
Yeah, I was telling a story about it, and he was there in the vicinity, and he heard me, and he was like, "That's not true." And I'm like, "It's true for me. Like this happened to me."
Right.
And we had a whole argument about it. It was crazy.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got MiMi Faust in the building with us right here on the Ed Lovers Show. It's the Ed Lovers Show with Moni Love. MiMi Faust is in the building. Y'all know her from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. How did you get involved with Love and Hip Hop? Who approached you?
So, Hannah Kane.
Yeah.
So, Hannah, she's a good friend of mine. Hannah sends me a text message on a Monday, and she was like, "You and Stevie should go out for the casting of this show." So I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, I need more information. She said, text me back, and she says, Wednesday, 4 o'clock, Mansion Hotel. That's it. So I called Stevie, and I was like, Hannah just sent me a text. You want to go down, for the casting of Love and Hip Hop. Now, I had seen Love and Hip Hop New York.
Okay.
And I liked it. And oh my God, Stevie and I I'm not doing that with you. It was I was like, whoa, put the gun away.
Right.
And so we had a whole, I'm not doing that with you. I'm like, all right. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down there anyway. I just want to see, what it's about, what's going on. Go down there Wednesday, 4 o'clock. Walk through the doors of the Mansion Hotel. Guess who's sitting in the lobby?
Stevie.
Who beat me there?
Stevie.
He there with bells on.
Right.
Beat me there.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I said, oh, really? Stevie and I had an argument right there in the lobby. Like,
loud.
It wasn't loud because we were in a nice establishment, but if you were walking by, you could definitely tell.
By your body language.
It was a lot of...
Right. You MF and FU and all that good stuff. Yeah.
So, Mona's assistant Tiffany comes, and she was like, we didn't think you guys were showing up. We have been down there doing this for like 15 minutes. They take us upstairs, and they're like, so tell us about yourselves. So we're he's
still angry. You steaming at this point.
I'm livid.
Right.
Okay. Stevie turns into like a saint. He starts talking about the sun and the moon and the stars and the universe and when the planets align. And I'm like, what the
Right, are you talking about? Who is this person?
You just got finished cursing me out, calling me every bad word he could think of.
Right.
And now you want to talk about planets aligning in the universe and
what's beautiful about God's creation and all of that.
I was livid.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But I'm gritting my teeth, my foot shaking under the table. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, you want to know what's really going on? I was like, he don't know how to come home at night. That's when everybody stood up.
Oh, wow.
It was like, oh, whoa, tell us more. That's how we got on the show. Had I kept my mouth shut and let this man keep talking about the universe, there would be no Stevie, there would be no MiMi, and there damn sure would be no old girl.
Right.
Let's be clear on that.
Oh, were you guys living together at the time?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
With our daughter.
Right. When did you meet Stevie J? What year was it?
God, it was 90s. Oh my God. 94?
Okay.
5, around there.
Uh-huh. Where, how did y'all meet?
He stepped on my foot at a party.
Really?
Yeah.
Stepped on your foot at a party?
Stepped on my foot at a party. First of all, I saw the No Way Out concert maybe a week prior to that.
Uh-huh.
And he was on stage and ripped off his shirt, playing the guitar,
Yeah.
Regular, typical Stevie J shit.
Uh-huh.
Week later, and I was like, I want to meet him. I don't know. I put it out there.
Right.
A week later, I'm in LA, and I'm at this club, walking. I'm looking down, and somebody steps on my foot like hard, like ow. I was like, ow. So I look. I was like, you stepped on my foot. I was like, ow. He was like, no, ma, you stepped on my foot. It was Stevie.
More with Miss MiMi Faust coming up right here on the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love. It's the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love. MiMi Faust in the building with us.
Yeah.
Now we're just talking about when you first met Stevie J. How long did it take before you fell in love? Who said I love you first, you or him?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. It was just an instant attraction for the both of us, though. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
It was instant. When I looked up, and because I was mad, my foot was hurt.
Uh-huh.
And I looked up, and he looked at me. It was just like we just locked eyes.
It was hanging out together, doing everything together, loving each other, enjoying each other. And then you guys had a child together.
Years later.
Yeah. Oh, it was a long time
Yeah,
later.
we didn't have Eva till 7 years ago. I met him in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a long time to be together. And so what we felt from you on Love and Hip Hop was, like, we can understand who you were. We can understand a woman having a child by a man and still having very strong feelings for that man, because you guys were living together and you were a family, and that's when that's your daughter's father, it's a little bit different.
Well, it's even deeper than that. My relationship actually fell apart on national television.
Yeah.
I watched this happen every Monday with the rest of the world. I did not know he was seeing someone else. Well, I did know, because he wasn't coming home some nights. But I didn't have my...
Or was he blaming that on the studio? I was in the studio.
Absolutely. Everything was the studio.
Right.
Everything was the studio.
You know I'm in the studio.
I'm in the studio, Mom. I'm in the studio. Everything. So, yes, I know you're in the studio, but my gut, my woman's intuition, I'm like, come on, man. Ain't nobody in the studio. Who you working with? Lady Gaga, who you working with? Like, come on. Like,
right.
You're not in the studio like that and producing no music. So... I mean, I'm not stupid.
There ain't no hits coming out of that.
It was nothing coming out.
so who you in the studio with? So you found out about Jocelyn like the rest of us.
Correct.
They gave you no warning that this was going on? You just turned on the TV one month?
What they did tell me was that she was his artist, and he would be filming with her, or pardon me, she would be filming with him in the studio for scenes, is what I was told from Stevie.
Right.
That's it. She's a new artist. I need her for scenes, filming, blah blah blah. That's what I was told.
So the angst and the anger that we saw from you towards Stevie and this woman was absolutely real.
Absolutely, 1,000% real. Yeah,
Wow.
That was all the veins popping in the neck and the head. Yeah, that
Right.
was some real shit.
Yeah, because you were a scorned woman. You were hurt.
I was hurt as an understatement.
How do you explain that to your daughter?
She's very smart. So when she gets to the age where she's gonna ask me questions, I'm just tell her what it is.
Yeah.
Like everything else, I'm gonna have to explain to her.
Yeah. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. Are you still? Where are you at this point? Because we got a couple of questions for you, my dear. Okay? All right, Are you still dating WNBA player Tamara Young of the Chicago Sky, formerly of the Atlanta Dream?
I am.
You are.
Yes.
How long has that been going on?
Ty and I've been dating seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Ty for about 3 years.
Okay.
We've been dating for like a year now.
So what do you consider yourself? Because you were in a relationship with Stevie, and then there's a relationship with Nico, and now there's a relationship with Ty. Do you consider yourself full lesbian or bisexual?
I just like what I like. I wouldn't put a label on I'm this, I'm that. I like what I like. If I like you, and that's just what it is.
Is this your first full relationship with a woman?
No, Chris was actually my first.
Oh, who is Chris?
You don't remember Chris? She was on the show.
Oh, yeah. Now, I don't think I remember Chris too much. I remember Ty more than, because Ty is more feminine than Chris is. Chris is a little too schmanish for me, so I think I remember Ty more than I do Chris.
Yeah.
Chris was a little boyish to me.
Yeah, Chris is, yeah.
Well, that was your first
Yes.
Relationship with a woman?
Absolutely.
Have you always felt like you like what you like, or were you suppressing those feelings?
No, I just came about. I never was attracted to women before or thought about being in a relationship with a female before. This just came about. It's just pretty odd to me, actually.
Really?
And I have not missed men.
No? You don't miss us at all?
I don't miss y'all.
Damn, Mimi. She don't miss us. You see this? Don't miss us. She said at all.
Sorry.
All right, more with Mimi coming up, man, right here on the Ed Lover Show. We're going to get to the bottom of this not missing men stuff.
I'm just going to close my laptop and leave now.
It's the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love. Mimi Faust is in the building with us. So you don't miss men not one iota, huh?
I don't.
Not even sexually? None?
That's what I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
At all.
No?
Not even on a drunk night.
Is there more drama with a woman-to-woman relationship? I always hear that women with women, because you guys are so emotional, is more drama than it is dealing with a man.
It's different.
But then again, you dealt with Stevie J, so shit.
It's different drama. I wouldn't say it's more or less drama. It's just different.
Okay, how so?
There's definitely drama dealing with a man. You got whatever you deal with that comes with a man, you deal with that. And then when you're dealing with a woman, you deal with whatever comes with dealing with that person. So it's not more or less. It's just different.
Okay. I don't know. I ain't never dealt with a man, so I don't know. I always dealt with women, so I don't know what is different. I know just
different.
Good God, just being involved is just it's just crazy for me. Are you concerned at all about your family, more particularly Eva, perception of the way reality TV portrays some black women sometimes?
Yeah, I am. I wouldn't say concerned, but everything concerns me. People flying planes into buildings concerns me. It's a lot of stuff in this world that concerns me. My daughter's very smart, she's very intuitive, and like I said, when she gets of age, I'm gonna have to explain a whole lot of things to her. And she asks me questions like you would not believe. But mommy, why? But mommy, why? So I tell her straight up, I don't sugarcoat things. I give it to her because I need her to be knowledgeable and I need her to understand what's going on in this world. I'm not going to be around forever, and I need her to have all of the information that she possibly can so she can be the best person and make wise decisions.
Right.
Lord knows I've not made all the right decisions. No one does. But if I can give her the tools to be a better person, then that's exactly what I'm doing.
Do you regret that elephant in the room decision that you made?
Absolutely.
Really? When you look back on
Absolutely.
it, will you say, that was
horrible.
Was that a hard time for you?
If I had that take back button right now, I take that back right now.
Was that a hard time for you?
It was terrible. It was terrible. That I've only had a few like just awful times in my life, and that was one of them because I knew about it for some months before it came to light, and what I had to deal with internally was the worst.
I'm applauding you for that right now, Mimi. You know why I'm applauding you for that? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, because you and I have met before. We don't know each other like that, but from what I saw from you when I first started watching Love and Hip Hop, I didn't watch New York. I watched Atlanta. You guys were my guilty pleasure, okay? I started watching it, and I understood who you was. You were the one person that I respected. You were the one, because I was like, this is a woman who's in love with a man, who has a child with a man, and I can understand that. You're living with this man, your heart, your soul, your life is entrenched in this relationship, and he's doing you dirty over on this side. And then when you did that thing, I was like, what the fuck is Mimi thinking? I was like, why? Didn't I? Hey, Krista, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, why? I was like the one person that I thought that I could understand and I could bond with, because I've been there. I've been through a divorce, so I know how my ex-wife felt about us breaking apart. I was like, I get her. And then it was this. And I was like, oh, God.
Have you ever done anything that you could not take
Absolutely.
back? That was the thing that I did that I just absolutely could not take back.
Right.
And I was tormented about it for a very, very, I beat myself up day after day after day. And at some point I just had to stop. I made this decision, no matter how stupid it was, and I can't take this back. So I gotta move forward. I can't keep living in this thing.
And allowing people to force you to live in that thing.
No.
You got to move forward. You have a daughter to raise. You got stuff to do, and you just got to keep moving.
Absolutely.
And admit, at least you was woman enough to. I know I loved you for some reason. You woman enough to admit that you made a damn mistake. MiMi Faust in the building with us right here on the Ed Lover Show. It's the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love. Yeah, MiMi Faust in the building. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. My guilty pleasure. I watch it all the time. What's your relationship like right now with Stevie?
We co-parent.
Okay, so it's cool.
Yeah, we're even killed.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good. Because you get past it, right? After a while.
Definitely.
Still gonna be some beef though every now and then.
Yes.
What's your relationship like with Jocelyn?
There is no relationship.
None.
Zero.
If you see her, if she was on fire in the street, you wouldn't pee on her.
I would not spit on her, pee on her, nothing. I let her burn.
Who's your best friend?
My daughter.
Okay. So your best friend on the show is not your best friend anymore?
I mean, we're cool, but people grow apart and do different things and have their own lives, and yeah.
Yeah, but so was that because of the show?
No, I knew Aaron way before the show.
Okay.
I've known Aaron for 15 years.
Right. But when y'all both got on the show, that's when things started going this way and that way, to the left and to the right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is as a result of being
pretty much
on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the show can, people get a little, woo, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That show can make people a little bit crazy. What do you think about, because of the success of your show, it seems like everybody, well, we based out of Atlanta, everybody in Atlanta want to be on a damn reality show.
It's crazy, because I remember when we first started, people were like, oh, I would never do that, that's some BS, blah, blah, blah. And if you look now, like you said, even not here, now it's a Miami show, it's an LA show, and all of these entertainers are now
right
getting on this bandwagon.
When they said they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole before. You're absolutely right.
Pole, yeah.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Never
I would do this, I'm a that. I would never, ever do that. And now they're doing it.
And now they're doing it.
Yeah. What's next for you? What do you want to do next that you haven't done?
Well, right now I'm doing my interior design.
Okay.
And I love it. When you find, they say you should do something you love.
Yeah.
And I never thought about doing this for a career, but like most girls like to go shopping and buy shoes and stuff. I like that, but I'd rather go to Home Goods.
Okay.
I'd rather go to furniture stores. I could be in there for hours, and I just love it.
Yeah, because I've done like Todd one, my good friend, brought me by your other house, your old house,
Yeah.
and it was designed beautifully, and you did all of that by yourself.
Yeah.
So you have an eye for this kind of stuff.
do.
So how can people, if somebody out there listening, say, I want Mimi to do my house, how can they get in touch?
Well, right now I'm just starting out.
Okay.
At, MiMi Interiors.